Hello, welcome back to In the Weeds, your ticket to the behind the scenes of restaurants. In every episode, we hear more and more crazy stories about working in the service industry, so we're so excited to hear some more today.
Remember, everything we talk about is completely true, but we keep it completely anonymous, so our old jobs can't yell at us. Now, welcome to this week's... Now, today we have another guest for you, someone who has definitely has some great stories to tell.
Please welcome our friend, Will Setti.
Yeah. Woo.
Yay!
Audience clap. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm blessed to be here.
Welcome to the show. Can you introduce to the audience what you do and just the kind of jobs you've had?
I'm Will. I started my hospitality and food service hellscape in high school. I worked in, do you count grocery stores as?
Any really service industry where you have to talk
Okay,
to,
and then technically I started in 8th grade.
people.
I worked in a grocery store for about a year.
Word.
And then I got myself fired, but we'll get into that story.
Ooh.
if
Okay,
you want to.
all right.
Fun.
I hated it, and I didn't like the manager. It's going to be a recurring pattern. Yeah.
Anyways.
And
Wonderful.
then I worked in a sandwich shop / they did pizza, but they were known for the sandwiches. That's why I say sandwich shop.
I've done the sandwiches.
Dishwasher, delivery, prep cook.
So just everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Did some. I mean, I worked in there all of high school, so for about 4 years. Then I went to college. Escaped food service in college. Graduated with a degree in digital media. And
Huge.
promptly needed to go back into food service to afford rent.
Yep.
As it happens.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. So, and that's where I'm currently at. I've been with a anonymous, undisclosed restaurant that may or may not get brought up. I'm not sure where this is going to go. It's higher end downtown food service. The money's great. More often than not, I'd say probably, especially now that it's getting towards the summer, 4 out of 5 shifts are starting to feel like an episode of The Bear.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
That's just how it goes.
We talked
But
about that
almost
before.
every episode.
It literally
Yeah.
also
The
during
money's
the
good,
summer, and
though.
it's just like especially just once the school year ends, it's
it's a
crazy.
zoo.
It really does.
No, it's especially like working in like a place where they make hot food. Like like working in the kitchen there. Like I'd be making like
just
my
always
mozzarella sticks
sweating.
and my sandwiches. I'm just like sweating. Like
150 degrees back in the
Horrible.
expo line. Like it's not good at
It
all.
is crazy. Now, you had quite the lineup. What would you say is like the biggest difference between being in the kitchen and in front of the kitchen?
I mean, being in the kitchen, you can say whatever you want. You can feel however you want. And obviously, like, I'm on great terms with my back of house kitchen currently. My sous chef, I always call him my emotional support sous chef.
Goat.
So whenever I'm on, literally the goat. Whenever I'm on expo or anything like that, I can immediately kind of like turn off the switch of being in front of customers and
just the
guests,
customer
and I can just be
service
like,
mask,
table 13, fuck them.
Mhm.
Table 12, they suck too. They tip me like shit. We got a fucking allergy. I know. I got allergies, and I fucking hate people who go to
Dude,
restaurants with
It's
allergies.
also like when you're at a restaurant, if they have an allergy, you have to act like they're about to get like murdered if they get that thing.
Oh,
Like,
it's over.
otherwise, you never really know. And it's
You want me
like,
to riff a good story right now?
Yes,
Oh,
whip
honestly,
it out.
go ahead.
Whip it
Okay, so this is I'll preface this to anybody that probably is going to hear me talk about people coming into restaurants with allergies and think that I'm an asshole. Allergic to all peanuts, all tree nuts, all fish, all shellfish.
little
Deadly as shit.
disclaimer.
I know that whenever I go into a restaurant, I'm like, yeah, sorry, kitchen.
Y'all are about to hate
It's
me.
for my grandma. She wanted to bring everybody here, so here we go.
Nerd.
It's just
Allergic
you know,
to peanuts. What are you?
Yeah,
nerd?
tell me about it.
It like when you work in the restaurant industry, it kind of like dehumanizes people a little bit.
Oh,
So it's like,
it dehumanizes me.
like, unfortunately, it's not
Are you
like it's
kidding
not
me?
like they're
That's the,
not
like-
all like people. You take care of them, but it's like all of them are just
It's
they
all
have
numbers.
these lists.
It's all
they have
numbers.
These lists of things that they need, and you get them for them, and then you're done.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like allergies are sometimes one of them. But I
Yeah,
got you.
100%.
I got you.
So yeah, this current restaurant that I'm working at is Latin inspired, I'll say.
Okay.
And so therefore we have a lot of non-English speaking people come in, which is dope. I've been able to learn un poco español, you know, like
Absolutely.
that was some basic.
No, I know nothing.
I know some Spanish.
That was some
I'm
that was some white shit for me to say. That's basically what I'm saying.
Maybe.
I'm more
but-
good at like hearing Spanish.
I can't
and
hear
then
for
I
shit.
Can't really speak it out of
I'm
my
the
mouth.
opposite. I can't hear for shit, but like
Right.
I've been able to build up my vocabulary.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Especially just like the cooks in the back. There's always
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had one guy. What was his name? I forget his name. But I remember I was cutting up lemons, and he looks at me. He's like, "Lemon," and I'm like, "Yes, yes, lemon."
It's like
It was
just
awesome.
communicating
So,
is nice. Having
uh,
friends.
So the story.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Where was I?
Oh, allergies.
Allergies.
Yeah. So we had a party of 15 come in.
Okay, great.
Mid,
Hate them.
Saturday rush.
Tragic.
I love them now because we get auto gratuity.
Oh,
yes. That's nice where it's like you
guaranteed
so
20%, and then always the game plan is you try to get the like wine mom book club big party drunk enough as to where they forget that there's auto gratuity, so they tip on top of it.
Yes.
I've been able to make like 50% on
That's
like
insane.
It's the biggest dopamine rush. It's got to feel better. Than that right now.
Shit, okay.
Fentanyl getting
Fentanyl?
tipped 50%.
Getting
Yeah,
tipped
we're getting
at
toward-
least $20. I'm good.
That's
great.
all I need. I just need to see 20 on my
I just
check.
hate
and I'm
when
like,
I get
cool.
like when I used to get like big parties and they wouldn't even have a reservation, but we'd be like, yes, of course, like we can take you because we wouldn't be busy.
Yeah.
And it would be just a group of people, and I'd keep going up, being like, do you guys want anything else other than these appetizers and these waters and Sprites that you got? And they'd
I was
be
about
like,
to say some shit
they'd
about
be
the
like,
fucking restaurant.
no, we
what
don't need anything more right now. And I'd be like, oh, because the autograt, it's like based off of their spending. So I'm like,
Yeah.
please spend more. Like, and I keep going back, and they're like, we're just doing appetizers
That's
today.
the
And I'm like,
worst.
actually, I hate you.
Like all the kids after like soccer, like after
Yes,
a soccer
and
game,
they
and like
just get,
they're
like,
like, "Oh,
all
I'll just
one
the
giant
mozzarella
thing of
sticks."
appetizers.
Chicken
and then
tender overload.
Literally, I'm like so nice to them, and I continue coming up and
Let's start a
refilling their
grease
waters
fire.
and everything.
You know?
And
Yeah,
then
let's just overload
they
the fryer.
check out. They don't even tip me anything more than the autograt, and
Yeah.
the autograt's like $10 because
Yep.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I have so much to say about that, but whatever.
Mhm.
So you got this table.
Yeah. Table of 15. Two of them speak English.
Right.
The rest of them don't. It's for a quinceañera or something like
Huge.
that. Just like the whole family popped out. And lo and behold, after I take their entrees, the grandma of the group, the older woman, her daughter, who I think was the mother of the girl that was having the quinceañera.
You
Word.
can never tell.
Yeah. So she's speaking on behalf of the grandma, and she's like, "Oh, no black pepper on, or like no peppers." Also, first she said no peppers, and so I assumed like, oh, because we put like citrus pickled, onions and peppers.
Right.
She was getting just like a nice ribeye steak churrasco, So I'm like, oh, word. I didn't ring it in yet. I put it on hold in the system because we had like another big party, and I was like, I'll let kitchen know. I got it on hold. I'll let you guys finish up what's on, like what tickets you guys leads right now, and then I'll ring through this fucking bomb.
Yeah, because you got to be like 15 top coming in,
Yeah.
and they're going to be like,
And for whatever reason, fuckers like don't say that shit to kitchen. Like they keep like thanking me like I'm fucking Jesus for like communicating
and
with
it's
them,
just,
and I'm
like,
like,
common decency.
I thought this is like
The job.
Yeah.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
have to like work
If I
with
don't,
everybody.
then I'm gonna have to deal with them complaining
Nah,
because you can't get their food out because we just fucking slammed you guys. Like this is like a very
And they have all the control
people are
too,
stupid,
but like
I don't
it's
know.
also like the back is always so interesting because you're so nice to them and everything, but if you go up to a table and they're complaining at all, you can just be like, "So sorry, the
yeah.
kitchen lost
Oh my
your
god,
ticket,
I
blah, blah,
fucking
blah,"
I
and then you
dunk
go
on
back and you're like,
kitchen.
"Bro,
I
those
dunk on the
shitters,
bar.
like,
I'm behind the
guys are
bar
great.
sometimes,
Mhm.
but when I'm not behind the bar. Yeah,
It's
I
always
yelling at the
apologize.
bar.
The bar's
The
a little
bar's
backed up
just
right now.
rushed,
They've got
yeah.
some new people. We're we're training them. Yeah, just fucking shitting on
And then
them.
you just get the customers like, "Oh, you're such an angel. Like I completely understand. Like I know what it's like to be so young."
Oh, I
and
got
training,
another.
whatever.
I got too many stories that I want to
Quinceañera,
riff. that I'm
Quinceañera,
getting backed up.
Peppers.
Yeah, so I got it on hold. Go back out onto the floor. They flag me down. The dad flags me down, and he's like, "Yeah, like no peppers." And I'm like, "Yeah. Is this like an allergy?" And they're like, "Yeah, black pepper. She will die." And I'm like, "You needed to fucking
Oh,
tell me this
Dang.
shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Black peppercorn, black pepper. Her and her. So there was two of you."
And they ordered it.
And they
With
so
black
now I'm
pepper?
going. Well, they just ordered some shit, And
Right.
we're like, yeah, no black pepper, please. We're a fucking Latin restaurant. There's black pepper in
There's
the air.
seasoning in everything.
There's
dude.
black pepper on the dust mites that you're breathing in. Like, leave. Oh my God. So I go to kitchen with my emotional support sous chef. And I go, well, I don't want to use his name, but I'm definitely going to bring him up. So I'll just call him Greg.
I swear to God, I was gonna be like, oh, I'll be Greg.
Okay.
But yeah,
Phenomenal.
that's amazing.
So I go up to Greg, my trusty emotional support guy, and I can be his emotional support guy too. So I'm like, Greg, we're gonna get through this. 15 top that I'm about to ring in. Seat 3 and 13 have, and I quote, life-threatening black pepper
allergies.
And he goes, what? The next probably 10 minutes are the whole kitchen as well as management staff scrambling around trying to find something to like prepare this, because they're like, there's like we can't serve the steak. Like that's not
black pepper steak.
No, and then you also have to like scrape everything off of the
like
cooking and everything, like the pans and shit.
Yeah, we cannot do that. What they did pitch was they give her some Cameroon shrimp and they just take off all of the fucking seasoning. So just some bland ass shrimp that gets cooked in coconut milk. They were like, we'll do some lemon drizzle so that way it doesn't taste like shit. But like that's like what we can
just give her like cold shrimp.
Like kind of bad.
Just give her like cocktail
you know?
shrimp.
That's what we can pitch. And so I'm like, okay, I need to communicate this with people who don't speak English. And at first I was going to go to the manager, but the one manager that was on shift, I was like, no, you can't. No, I'm not. No, you're not going to, you're not going to get the job done.
I get that.
That's all I'll say about that manager. You're just, I'm looking at you and I'm like, yeah, you're not the guy for this. You're rarely the guy for anything but you're especially not this. You're going to kill someone if I go to you. So instead I go to one of our other servers. She was from Puerto Rico. She moved here, so she speaks very fluently. So I was like, you got to clutch this. And she did. She was able to sell the Cameroon shrimp, and they didn't die.
That's just terrifying. I can just imagine like the heart palpitations.
Yeah,
like,
I was like, what the fuck?
I could kill this person.
Like,
right
oh
now.
God, like it's.
But like, don't go. If like that's a stupid thing.
I just
go to like a sandwich shop.
I think about
1 week later, someone came in with a deadly plantain allergy.
Bro,
half our menu's plantains.
Everything
just get out.
has Just
leave.
And
just
then,
go somewhere else.
After I worked with this guy, like I communicated, because obviously when I'm like on the floor, I use the fact that I got allergies as a means to like really like connect with the person, and be like, hey, I'll take care of it. It's gonna be stressful, and I'm gonna be fucking just angry for no reason for the next 30 minutes until you have eaten your food and not died. But I will make sure that you don't die. That's my fucking job. It's my responsibility. Yeah. So did that shit. Got him food that wouldn't kill him. He loved it. Loved everything. Tipped me 5%. I was like, you got balls, fucker. You got balls.
Dude, I actually get so very peeved about this. Like this brings up so much in me because I remember when I first started working as a server, I was so stressed all of the time, and literally the only really like the advice I got from like my managers and all the other servers and my friends and stuff, they were all like, you just have to work it, you have to be friends with all these people, like you have to like make jokes and everything with them. So sometimes I would get in trouble.
That's when it gets dehumanizing, because then you start associating the numbers with like,
it's just like with like being
I'm
nice
averaging
to people.
like 15%.
I guess that I'm like awful today.
Good? Yeah. Am I not like does my personality suck?
But it's just like you don't even use your real personality, like you just like bounce off of them, I feel like. And so I would get in trouble sometimes because I was so like obsessed with like just becoming such good friends with the customers that sometimes I would stay there for too long, and my manager would come by and like tap me on the back and be like, you got to move. Like, because you got to get to your other table.
That shit annoys me when customers just cannot get to, like, I'll slowly
they just
walk away like,
to
yeah,
talk.
I'm riffing with you because I'm supposed to, but
I'm getting paid to do this.
Yeah,
like,
I have to, like, I'm about to get a table to fucking walk out if I don't go
like
talk
they
to
are
them
all
right
looking
now.
at
Like,
me like I'm horrible right now.
I need to move.
No, I just get so angry because I would always do that, and then I would like, make the greatest jokes to all these, like group of like old women where they're like, they like, are just like talking at me, and then I start saying stuff that I've never said before, like those jokes,
Just I've lied on
I'm like,
egregious things.
Like, yes, I did such a great thing, like I'm gonna get such a good tip. $5. Like,
most people
don't even Don't even.
The first thing that I was always told whenever I got into a position, which was way back in high school, would involve tips as a delivery driver. They're like, most people are like, how much they're going to tip you is predetermined. Unless if they got money, most people have a predetermined amount. At that point, the only thing that you're risking is whether they lower it.
True.
Very, very few people will go, yeah, I'm going to raise how much I was going to tip.
That's actually true. I mean, I do that. I'm going to be real. I have like
I have a set thing. I go to some place and I'm like, I feel so bad, but I am so broke and this is how much I'm going to tip. But it's just like,
Jack doesn't tip. Clip this. Jack does not.
Well, I always tip at least 15%. I know that's
at
bad, but
15%.
I am so broke. I am so broke, dude. But I always make sure to give I always make sure to give either cash or like at least like 15-20% because I know how hard it is, but also I'm just
as long as you're not tipping
I'm just a little girl.
Jesus
I don't know what
cards,
to do.
That shit will make me go.
Oh, that stuff sucks. They're like, here's a Jesus card. I'm like, just give me money.
$300 bill for 2 people. They tipped me with a Jesus card. And I couldn't pay them out. I was trying to go on break. This was my last table. I was trying to go on break, and I was already gonna take my break late because we had a fucking late rush for lunch, and I was peed because I'm like, now like my break's gonna get cut in half. I guarantee when I go on break, I'm gonna be in the back for 10 minutes, and then they're gonna come in the back and they're gonna be like, dinner rush is starting. We need you back on the floor, which is exactly what happened. But that's besides the point. The fact that this person, party 2, I was going to take their card to pay them out, and before they give it to me, like they're going to hand it to me, and then like they kind of stop just to reel it in, proceeds to give me a full fucking sermon in the middle of the dining room and I just got a nod, like you're just testing my fucking will to put on my restaurant face. I'm just not. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
Amen. Yeah.
Great. Thank
Finally,
you.
I get it, and then he tips me with a fucking Jesus card. Angriest no, it's not the angriest I've ever been on the job. There's been it's up there though. It's got to be like top.
What is the angriest time?
I don't keep track. Probably fucking yesterday.
Oh
my God. I'm not gonna get into that. It's
all right.
It's too recent, and I know
too
that when you get too angry,
touchy,
I'm gonna fight.
All good.
We don't want to have our jobs get mad at us at all.
We don't want to stir you up.
Yeah.
We don't want to. Yeah.
Just get too heated.
Rile you up.
I walked in the studio very hungover. So that's how you know that my fucking. That's how you know how my shift went last night.
That's like every single time. I would get so mad because all my coworkers, whenever I worked at like a place with like coworkers I actually liked, I was still too young, and I'm still too young now actually. Yeah, but like they would always be going out to the bars afterwards, and then they would tell me these crazy stories. And there was this one time where literally the entire rest of the coworkers at the restaurant, they all told me that there was this one girl at this bar that they all went to who looked exactly like me, and they were like, we need to get a picture with her next time, and they never would get a picture with her.
Damn.
So I always would just hear stories, and I'd be like, yo,
this doppelganger.
I'm tweaking, like, please. Like, you can't tell me something and have me like connected to these fun times that you guys are having and then not show me. I would be so sad. I would be so sad. The only time I ever got to hang out with them like and actually like have some fun was when we all went to this like to the roof of our restaurant for New Year's, and then they gave me like apple cider for champagne, and then everybody else.
Love a good holiday party.
I will say I did have a coworker. She used to do like cockfights. I don't know if
Excuse me.
What?
Like chicken fights.
Oh,
okay.
Like,
okay.
All right.
That's like the term for
Oh,
it. Like,
right.
I forgot that's like
that's what it's called.
Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Was crazy.
Sorry.
Everyone got a little
horrible
segue.
segue.
Everybody's a little bit. What
yeah,
the
like
hell?
she would train chickens to like fight other chickens.
Is that not like?
It's completely illegal.
Because I thought like dog
illegal.
fights are illegal, right?
Yes, no, this is totally illegal.
Any form of pitting animals against each other is fucking animal cruelty.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. I just didn't know if there was like a special like competition because chickens were like good at it or something.
Well, they are. They got the, like the aim for it.
I don't
mean,
know,
they've got
like,
fucking so much
special, like,
HGH in them at this point that
like,
they're
like,
probably
license,
ripped. They'll probably beat a pit bull at this point in a fucking fight.
Dude,
how many hormones are in them?
I love pit bulls. Actually, they're great.
They're cool.
I love pit bulls.
They're not always as aggressive.
No, but she just dropped that like randomly. Like we're working a shift. She's like, yeah, I used to like. I was like, oh, I used to have a pet chicken. I'm like, oh, where? She's like, yeah, he was a really good fighter. I'm like, what?
Did he?
Okay, so he like bit you or like?
And she's like, oh no, like I I'd have him fight other chickens. He never lost until one day he did, and I was like, ooh. But yeah, it was crazy.
And it died.
They
go to the death.
Wait, they don't mess around. And then
you guys know that like chickens, if their like heads get cut off, they
keep on walking.
Yeah.
It's a really gross
that's
fact.
what the running around like a chicken with its head cut off. That's a terminology for a reason.
It is safe.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's termin. I didn't know
Well,
that
you
was
know.
like
You've
a
never
thing
heard
that
that?
you say.
Running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Yeah, it's
You
a
never heard
classic.
that?
I'd say just running around.
Gen X eats that up. They'll throw that at anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their
Dang.
shit.
Classic.
Dang, I missed
Yeah.
that, I guess.
So going off that, do you have, especially working at a sandwich shop or literally everywhere, coworkers?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Have you had crazy
coworkers.
ones?
Have I? Yeah, I have.
Like, we always have the ones that we love.
Current text,
You know.
crazy coworkers. I'll always have crazy coworkers. Fuck it. Sometimes if the shift's bad enough, I'll be the crazy coworker.
Okay.
This is
I've
true.
gotten
Heard.
fucking cussing matches with like a manager had to leave early.
Really?
Like I said, I got fired from my first job when I was
The grocery
15.
store.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So
Or can you talk about
I mean,
it?
it's
Is it, like-
I don't give a fuck. I'll name drop them too.
No, don't do
I'm not
that.
gonna
Don't
No,
do
we don't have
that.
to- you don't have to.
You know.
You don't gotta do
You
that.
don't have to get in trouble.
I hold grudges.
Heard.
see.
Yeah. So I'm a 15-year-old kid.
Right.
They were at this point towards the end of the summer. I already couldn't hang out with my friends as much because I was working at this grocery store. They were pushing my hours from like 20 up to like 30,
Right.
like 30, 35-ish hours. And I'm 15. So
And that's
I
like
got-
not part-time
Yeah.
anymore. No.
This grocery store, so I'm originally from the Boston area.
Right.
And this grocery store took place in New Hampshire, right across the border, about 20 minutes outside Boston.
Okay. Yeah.
In Salem.
And
Salem,
so
New
it's
Hampshire.
legal. It's legal
Lots
for
of witches.
children to work. I'm confused. What's it? What's the rule?
Well, because the witch trial, it's like we're gonna let children.
That's
work.
Salem, Massachusetts.
What?
It's okay. It's okay. That gets mixed up all the time. Even
It's New England. It's New
all the
England.
fucking same.
It's
Where
the
is New
same.
England?
You guys talk
You don't know-
weird.
Guys,
Excuse
I
me?
really don't know a lot about the Midwest.
This is not the Midwest. This is
the
the
East.
I said the Boston area.
That is the
holy shit.
That is like where we.
So-
That is where this country was founded. So you were working in Salem,
At this
Boston.
Salem,
grocery store.
Wait,
Boston.
wait. Salem, New Hampshire.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Salem, New Hampshire.
Yeah, it's hot as fuck. It's the summer. I'm in full sleeve button down, khakis, belt on.
There's pilgrims
You know.
everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, we can sure.
No.
I was
Okay.
thinking just old fucking white people that are just really prickly to also old white people.
Yeah.
And I've been pushing carts for hours on end, and I go and I'm like, hey, I'm going to take a water break because I'm sweating in this, like it's fucking like 88 degrees out.
Right.
You know, that's the exact temperature I remember because I've
It's the
ranted
worst
about
day,
this.
yeah.
You looked at
several
you're
times.
like 88.
Yeah.
I'll remember
I
that
know that.
later.
And my manager goes, no, don't be lazy. We're running behind on carts. And in this moment, it kind of all caught up of like, you know, I've been working at this. I fucking hated this job.
Uh-huh.
Bagging groceries.
I know so many
Can't go
people
on
who
my
started out
phone.
like that.
I can't even listen to music. Actual hell for a 14/15-year-old Will Seti. So it all kind of caught up, and I was like, I'm also not going to see my friends at all for the rest of the summer because I'm going to be working here basically full time.
Mhm.
So in that moment, I just go, fuck you, dude. And he swiftly took me to the fucking back room. And
Oh,
was like,
said, "Clock out
yeah,
for me."
Yeah, he said, clock out for me. You're young. I'm going to assume that this will be a learning moment for you. You cannot speak to management like that way in any given scenario. Your position here with us has been terminated. We wish you best. Please exit the building. And I was like,
Honestly,
yeah, okay. I'm done. Fuck this place.
you hated it that much. You were like, okay, cool.
And
Not
no, in the
even a
moment I was
learning
fuck.
experience?
After I got out, just like the phrase, like I'll, you know,
The
I was
phrase.
fucking like, you know,
Yep.
I was
Shaking.
shaking.
No,
I was like,
that actually
I just
happened every
fucked up
time
so
I
bad.
would talk to my managers, no matter what.
Oh.
I'm like,
Yeah.
because then I was like, okay, I need an alibi to tell my mom as to why I don't have this job anymore. It's not. I got fired because I told the manager to say.
right.
Okay, I need to. Then I had to cram my brain. And
What'd you come up with? Did you cook?
I got really overwhelmed in the moment of knowing how many hours I had, so I quit. I just quit, which was kind of true. It was like a
Okay.
half truth because I really
Right.
did quit. In that moment, I was like, I'm done here. I'm just gonna heave this from half court.
Yep. Did she believe you?
Yeah, and she was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. And she immediately made me get a new job, which was going to be at a donut shop. But then after the interview, they never got back to me when they were like, we'll reach out to you for your first shift.
They're like, how do you deal with management? That's what they asked. They're like,
Greatly, oh man.
That's crazy.
Then I got, going into high school, got picked up by the sandwich shop that really cultivated who I am today.
Wow.
That's great. No, so you worked as a delivery driver for them, right?
Yes.
Have you had any like weird experiences with that at all?
Many. I mean, it's
like weird
fucking
people. Like I
New
feel like
England winter,
pulling up
and
the
I drive a
doors.
piece of shit Ford Focus
Oh,
that
yeah.
has a, failing transmission from the moment I got it. It's still kicking.
Right.
With like
Don't
the
know
bumper
how.
duct taped on.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was there at one point.
Oh, actually, that's my car.
The duct taped on bumper.
Oh yeah. It rattles if you go over 65.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. That was after.
Are we talking about cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I zoned out.
It's all good.
Right.
Sorry, you're still thinking.
I'm trying to remember.
Still thinking about New Hampshire. She's
I'm
like,
still
where is
thinking.
it?
I just
Where
you
is it?
said
I'll
New
show you- I'll give
England,
you a
so
map.
I'm
I'll
really
show you
trying
a
to think
map.
right now.
New England is a conglomerate of 5 states up in the northeast region of the United States.
Yes. Think Revolutionary War. So you're in, cold winter, terrible car.
Yeah. So there's countless stories of me getting stuck on the road. I had to walk a half mile to deliver pizza and just be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry, this is late." Also, do you have like a shovel I can borrow? Because my car slid into a snowbank that I can't get out of now.
Oh
my God.
And I've had to have like guests like be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, we got you."
Has anyone ever been like, no?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, they've been like, "Damn, that's tough." And then
Have a good
they're
day.
just like kind of cold because they got their pizza late,
Yeah,
I'm like,
pissed.
because that was
No
that was a
empathy.
running joke. There was some tweet that went viral when I worked there that we fucking pinned on the wall, and it was like, "Yeah, man, this blizzard is crazy. I can't go out and get food. Instead, I'm gonna make this high schooler drive it to me
No, I've heard
in his
that.
car that
literally-
barely fucking function."
Mhm.
I
That's how
never.
it goes.
My family never did delivery, but not because we were like, oh, we don't want to make someone do that. It was just because it's like that's a lot more expensive. My dad's like, no, we can drive.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
snow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
blizzard. And it's like we
Yeah.
can drive.
There
But
was a guy
anyways.
that got arrested. Holy shit! I just remember this was an unlocked memory. Just
Sure.
thinking about the
Yeah,
delivery driving
go ahead.
job. Right as I got hired, like probably like a month or so in, there was a guy around that got arrested because he just like went AWOL and he just like killed a delivery driver at the door.
Oh.
Like he like opened the door up with a fucking gun, killed him. Like it was his like, I am out of this life. I'm gonna go to jail. I think he killed himself shortly after. Like that was his like thing to do. Was just his fucking like. The kid that died was in like the school district north of me, like just north of me. Like it was a local pizza thing. I was like, damn.
See, that's why I'm scared. Like, that's why I'm hearing, like when I ask about, like, you as a delivery driver, I'm asking, like, were there any terrifying moments? Because I feel like if I was just, like, a younger kid, like 15, or not 15, you would have to be, 16, whatever.
We don't
And
need
I was
lessons.
driving, and I'm a girl alone, and I'm driving to a random person's house, I would be terrified. I mean, I did DoorDash for a while, and I was still terrified, but I
Dashing.
had, like, a low risk thought right then, because I was just like, whatever, I'm doing DoorDash anyway, so like
Wait,
it's whatever.
Yeah, put a pin in that. So wait,
A pin.
this guy who died, like that, he was
yeah.
at the same shop
Oh.
that you.
Not the same.
Okay, but
restaurant.
he was just like in that city.
It was in the area.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that is
town.
sorry.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Suburbs.
That's a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I wasn't
I was
ba-
like, that's fucking wild.
Oh,
It
rip.
just, like, what the hell, dude? Like, it's
Yeah.
just so
That-
sad.
All right, we can put the pin back out.
Taking the pin out. No, it's just because that reminded me,
Yeah.
like, terrifying delivery
Yeah.
driver moments because you're going to people's houses and you
Mhm.
never know
I'm trying to
Like,
think.
what
I
it
mean,
is.
all the most terrifying ones that I remember would be when I'd like during the winter, my car would be stuck. And then eventually it didn't become terrifying. It just became tedious. Where I'm like,
Annoying.
let me call my boss. Yeah.
Stuck
I'm
in the
stuck
snow
in the hill
again.
again. I'll see when I can get back. I know it's a rush. I know we're fucking slammed. Yeah.
My car is
I-
literally stuck and I have no
I'll
way
do what
back.
I can. Do you want me
Yeah.
to walk back? No, I didn't think so.
Mhm.
No, sorry. That was an attitude. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll get back.
Manager.
This shows character growth of talking to your managers.
That's
Yeah.
still how I
Right.
talk to me. Initially I'll be like, I know. Fuck, no. sorry, that wasn't. It's just I didn't mean it like it's just how I talk. I just because I've had to like pull the trigger aside to be like, hey, I'm sorry for what I said earlier.
Just
I didn't mean anything by that. I just kind of said it because we're in the middle of a dinner rush.
Yeah.
I didn't actually want to smack you across the face.
No,
That was just a phrase.
I mean, I feel like as you get older, the managers become more your age.
They made it very clear that I cannot say that. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Because I'd say that with other coworkers, like, I'm going to fucking smack you. Like, I said it to a manager once. They did not appreciate that.
Haven't you worked as a manager?
I am like a kind of fill-in shift manager currently where, like, if the GM or the AGMs can't close up the restaurant as a manager or just don't want to, that's kind of where they're on now. They're like, we just don't feel like it.
Right. Of course.
They'll be like, can you, like, close out as manager? Can you just, make sure everything's good for this last, like, 2 hours of service? I'm going to get out of here. And I'm like, can I get paid for it? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's kind of fun too. Yeah. Like then you can just like have control. Has that made you see it any differently? Just restaurants in general?
It's definitely reevaluated my perspective on running a restaurant.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of restaurants, they run differently, but it's like there's always some sort of flow to it, and like I don't think I could
there's
run
a cohesive flow. You'd think there's a vision.
And then I realized it's just all.
Frankie, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
New system from corporate. Yeah.
It pisses me off.
Thank you. This is awesome. I think we are running out of time for today's episode.
Yeah, honestly, we need to get you out of here.
Yeah,
I need to go into the restaurant.
Yeah, we actually have to go.
So he's got to run.
Friday night dinner service. Wish me luck.
Good luck. We know it's like going to be the rush. Probably going to get really pissed and then.
I can get some college kids or what have you. But yeah, well, thank you for coming on. Before we go, we have our silly segment. So we've done a few different things. Today we're going to do a kind of improv, 2 truths and 1 lie, which is not really improv. Yeah, I don't know why you say it's improv.
Well, I don't know. I looked up improv games and 2 truths and a lie came up, so I guess it's improv because you have to come up with a lie.
Hey, someone give me a location.
Yeah,
all right.
Whatever. Okay. So let's say Aiden, you think of your 2 truths and a lie. I'll think of mine, and Will, you think of yours for just a second.
I'm cooking. I'm gonna bring out. I feel like there's a lot of stories that I missed.
Yeah. So put those in your
truths and your lies. I'm just gonna drop like the headlines of these little.
I like
things.
that. Yeah, the leads.
Yeah.
I can't go first. I know that.
I gotta think. Here's 2 truths and 1 lie. Our little silly segment for the day. My 2 truths and a lie.
You're gonna write it down and then go first. Wild. Sorry.
So go first. 2
truths and a lie. I flooded the whole sandwich shop. That's 1.
I believe that.
When delivery driving, I was greeted at the door by an older woman whom I knew had a husband and a new kid, and she was in nothing but an untied bathrobe. Shit was out. Tried to seduce me. 3rd one, I tried to interrupt a fight between line cooks, and I almost got knocked the fuck out.
I feel like
2 is a weird thing to lie about. Like that's gotta be.
But that's how they get you. It's
specific,
like,
man.
I feel like it's gotta be the 3rd one. That's not true because the flooding stuff. It happens.
True. Yeah. I don't really know.
I'm going 3.
I'm actually going 1.
It was 2.
Bro!
That did not happen to me. That happened to my friend who works side by side. And the way that I know that he was that she was married and had a newborn baby is because the day prior I delivered to that exact house, and so that's why I was like, bro, because he didn't know that information. But I looked at the address and I'm like, dog, she has like a 1-year-old. I did act like I knew how the pipes worked when trying to drain a clogged sink, and then got clogged juice across the entire kitchen, like a good inch thick. And then I did. There was a fight breaking out between line cooks. This was probably like 6 months ago, And my first reaction was to yell like, "Hey, everybody chill out." And then one of them left and then got in my face and was like, "You don't even know what's going on. Mind your own fucking business." And I'm like, I just don't. This is a Monday. It is a Monday. Do we have to do this on a Monday? Can we not do this on a Monday? Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it. All right, moving on.
First
Whose
story.
turn?
I lost a $200 piece to a shake machine. I slipped and fell and broke my arm falling from the milkshake machine. And
why is it off the milkshake machine?
I was feeling very cold today.
Uh-huh.
And my last one. Yeah, I made the milkshake machine explode everywhere.
So
I don't think you lost a $200 piece. At least that's definitely not how much it was.
Did lose it. What was the second one?
I slipped, fell, broke my arm on the milkshake. It was like a little
like a banana peel.
Quite literally, it was awesome.
I feel like because you forgot no.
Bonus points? Can I get bonus points? I think the 2 and 3 happened at the same time. I think that you slipped and fell, and then it
I think that
you got taken apart a little bit, made a mess.
I think this all has to do with the same story. Why am I also? I'm also thinking one because I feel like it. Wait, I feel like the arm thing actually. You did not break your arm, but you did miss the piece and you did make it explode. But I don't think you broke your arm.
Okay, so you're saying two?
Yeah.
I don't think it was $200 if you did lose something.
Okay, so it was my arm because this is all one thing. I was cleaning the shake machine, and it just it starts exploding everywhere. I'm like, oh no! So it gets everywhere. I gotta clean it up. I'm walking, and I didn't have slip-on shoes, right? So I have a big old tub of all the parts of the shake machine.
Bad idea.
Because I was lazy. I'm like, I don't want to actually buy slip-on shoes.
Real. I still don't have slip-on shoes.
I was just like, you just like walk like really carefully.
Yeah, exactly. So, I've just learned to walk like a penguin.
Yeah. And so but no one had told me that they just mopped the floor. And so I literally take one step, slip, I fall, I hit my arm really bad, and like it's like really messed up. It wasn't broken, but as all the pieces went everywhere, the $200 piece gone.
Nowhere to be found.
What piece of a milkshake machine is $200?
It was just this little thing. I don't remember what it was, but it was just like expensive to order because it was like so specific.
Ah, dang.
And so
that'll get you.
But because they thought I broke my arm, they're like, go home, we're so sorry. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. Because they didn't want workers' comp.
Yeah, epic and W.
Okay.
Make a mess and don't have to clean it up.
Or like, cry. All right. My 3, and then we must end this long episode. All right. 1, I almost got recruited for a drug business on the job.
That checks.
2, I've cried in front of over like 5 tables. And 3.
Like 5 at once, or just like over the course?
Like over the course of my whatever. And 3, I've walked out on a shift because a customer yelled at me.
What was the second one?
I've cried in front of over I think it was like 6 tables.
I'm gonna say no to that one because there's a number involved.
I don't think that a customer is why you would walk out.
All right, you locked in?
Yeah. I'm locked in.
You're right.
Yeah.
I have cried in front of tables. I have a problem where I get really anxious and I either vomit or I start crying, and I don't even mean to. And so I've never vomited on the job, thank God, whatever. That hasn't happened in a year or so.
You start vomiting. And the calamari.
I just get a little bit of a sass back from them, or they feel a little bit of too much power on me, they're just kind of stubborn with it, and I'm like,
yeah.
And I just start tearing up, and I'm like, okay, let me go. My allergies are acting up, whatever. That's happened. And then I also almost did get.
Yeah, I mean that's legit. That's the free card on the bingo thing. On the restaurant bingo
true.
Is
I was 16 though, but they were
operation of any proportion.
Like, why are you still working here? And I'm like, I gotta pay for stuff, and they're like, you should come.
You can pay this way.
I've talked about this before.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Well.
Anyways, that was a great little silly segment.
Thank you so much to Will.
Why did you walk out though?
I did not walk out.
Oh, you didn't walk out?
I haven't ever walked out on a shift. Except
I've never done it.
I have vomited on a shift before, but that's just because I was actually sick and I had food poisoning, so I just walked out. But that was the only shift I've ever walked out on. Otherwise, I get too scared and I just thug it out.
All right.
So
real.
Well,
anyways, thank you so much to Will for coming on this today.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys
next week.
Next time.
episode. Yeah.
Next episode.
All right. Bye.
Maybe I'll be
Thank
back.
you.
We'll see.